A lot of people come to me and they are in the kind of decision-making mode of whether or not they need to move away. And it's a very difficult issue for the court to deal with. And there are lots of reasons why someone might want to move away with the kids. In California, uh, the court can't stop a parent from actually moving. So the issue isn't whether or not that parent can move, it's if the children can move with the parent. The court has jurisdiction over the custody issues, and the court can limit the time extensively if the parent does move away. So you really have to go and look at the reasons for the move, why they're moving, and then kind of the social circles of what the kids are. So if they are, in seventh grade, are very active in their sports, they're very active in their church or temple, and they have a strong friends and strong social circle, it's going to be very difficult to convince the court that it's in their best interest to move away from that. And you can kind of contrast that with someone who might be very young, in kindergarten or first grade, who doesn't necessarily have, a strong social circle, and maybe might be moving to a location where there is lots of family, where they visit lots of times, where they already have friends, where there's already a social circle waiting for them. And it's much easier to present to the court the reasons for the move. And I think a lot of people get kind of caught in this trap of, well, it's really better for me if I move, and there will be more opportunities for me, in the new location, if I go there, whether there's a job waiting for me or I'm making more money. And I really need to switch that view from them to what's going to happen to the kids by doing this. Why is it in their best interest to move with you? And the answer can't just be because, well, I'll make more money in that location. It really has to be more of a thought out presentation. You need to have researched the area, researched the schools, researched if they are involved in sports and let's say they play travel soccer. Is there a travel soccer program that's equal to the travel soccer program that is where they are living now? And if so, have you had conversations with the coaches? Have you done your due diligence to go over there? And what happens is it becomes this very nuanced process, and you need to be very organized and thoughtful in the way that you present it, because you're first going to be presenting it to a custody evaluator. And this person's not a judge, but they're someone who's going to make recommendations about what the move is going to look like. So we have, a lot of power with these custody evaluators and how they're going to make this decision and how much weight they're going to put to all of these factors. So the better and more organized and informed you are, the better presentation that you can have to these people. And when they go through these process, I think people also don't quite understand the timeline. If you want to move away and it's going to be a nuanced process and you're going through an evaluation, it's going to be at a minimum a 6 to 9 month journey of making the request, meeting and conferring with the other side, starting a custody evaluation, going through the process of a custody evaluation, getting the recommendations from the evaluator and deciding if you're going to follow those recommendations and agree upon them, or if you're going to fight those recommendations and take it to a trial. And then you have to understand that the other side is doing the same thing in the case. So something that is that big of a decision and that of a major influence in these children's life is going to be a nuanced process that takes time.